Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Valores Training Center YouTube channel. As usual, I am Mark Entrata, a 47-year-old first-degree black belt under the legendary Professor Cobrina Charles. All right, on this episode, you're gonna like this one, okay? Because if you're a white belt or you're a hobbyist or you're an older guy, I'm gonna share you how you can win in training. All right, but before I tell you how, I'm going to tell you a story first. And when the story ends, I'm going to ask you, who do you think won that training session? All right, so a few years ago, around 2000, like 2022, okay, I think mid 2022, okay, we just reopened the academy, and one of the people who trained with us was this American guy, big American guy. He was around 250 pounds. Okay, let's just call him Troy because that's his name. So I think it's just proper to call him by his name, right? So Troy was 250 pounds, all right? But he's not 250 pounds of fat. Well, a little bit chubby, but he was also quite muscular. Okay, because turns out Troy is also part of the U.S. military. I just don't know if he's with the Army or with the Navy or with the Air Force, whatever. But he's part of that. Okay, so he also did 10 years. So I asked him, have you done jujitsu before? And Troy was like, oh, yeah, I do jujitsu, or I've done jujitsu pretty much around 2 years, but a little bit more on and off. But I did wrestle for 10 years. So I was like, oh, wow, this is like super interesting. So during the training, okay, so of course we were doing drills, techniques, and whatnot. But during the time, the class really didn't have guys who could match his size. Okay, for some reason, that time, no one was 200 pounds that time, or at least there was just one guy. Okay, so just had one guy. So we asked him. So during the rolls, okay, this guy went with him, and he did really well. So I was like, wow, this is very impressive. But the rest of the rounds, he was just sitting because I couldn't pair him with anyone else. And I really did see he was getting a little bit bored and frustrated because he's like, ah, man, this is the fun part and I can't join. So me being the nice guy that I am, I was like, hey, Troy, is it cool if we go? I mean, I'm 47 years old and I'm just 175 pounds. That time, sorry, I was like 45 years old. So it was like, yeah, sure. Why not? Let's go. So we did the 5 minute round. Okay. And because I was also curious, and how will I do against someone who has really good base? Do I submit it for him? So anyway, first minute and a half, I caught him in a triangle choke. Okay. But then he started stacking me. I was like, man, because like some people do that, especially bigger guys, to escape. So I had to adjust the position or my position to finally get the choke. Okay. But in jiu-jitsu, you have to finish the 5 rounds. The 5 minutes. So we went on again. And this time Troy was a little bit more game. Like, okay, old man. And mind you, I don't know if I mentioned this, but Troy was in his early 30s only. So if I had a kid when I was young, then he could actually be my kid. But anyway, so um, we went again, and then this time, as if I didn't learn from the first part of the roll, this time I went for an arm lock. So again, he stacked me, boom, boom, boom. And I was like, oh man, okay. So again, did the same thing, adjusted, then got the top. So I submitted him already 2 times. Then the last remaining minute, I was just like, man, I'm just gonna stall this one out. I don't want to get stacked anymore. Okay. So first, who do you think won? I tapped him 2 times. Okay. All right. Now you're gonna be like, oh, of course you won. But first of all, just so you know, it's really weird if you think there's winning in training, especially in a regular training session. Okay. So anyway, so what happened next was the following day, my neck started to hurt. I couldn't really lift weights. Wednesday, I was supposed to teach, but I was like struggling. Why? Because it ended up that I really hurt my neck because I didn't do certain small techniques or small details that could have prevented that, which is another story altogether. And I will show you guys how to safely finish the triangle and arm locks, because I asked Professor Cobrino last year about this. I told him the story and he was like, oh, this is why you do this. So I'll show you in a different video. But anyway, so the rest of the week, I couldn't do what I normally would do. So, but Troy just went on with his life. So now I ask you again, who do you think won that training session? Okay. So here's the thing. If you want to win, and this is also what Professor Cobrina told us, the only way you win in training is if you do not get hurt. That you can do what you need to do the following day. Okay. Or if you're training in the morning, if you can do what you need to do later on that day. Okay. Why? Because now you can keep showing up. You can keep. First of all, you don't get paid to do jiu-jitsu. Okay, so it's not worth it. It's not worth skipping your job, skipping school because you got hurt doing jiu-jitsu, trying to win. It's because of our ego, which we need to really try to suppress if we really want to learn and be safe. Okay, so that's the thing, man. No one cares if you win a sparring round or even a positional drill. No one. It won't make you money. You can go up to people and go, hey, maybe you can give me like $1,000, because I remember there was this one time, I was rolling with this guy and I tapped him like 2 times. Yeah, okay. No one's gonna promote you at work. No one's gonna do anything for you just because you won certain round. So that's it, man. If you want to win, yeah, maybe some of you guys were expecting like an ecological approach or something like that. Like, oh, man, I'm not that Greg guy, who apparently has the magic bullet or something like that. No, for me, you can get your butt kicked. You can tap so many times in 5 minutes. But if you're safe, you're winning. Okay. But if you want to win again, if you want to double your win, make sure your partner also stays safe. Make sure your partner also gets to do what he needs to do rest of the day or the following day. So that's how you win 2 times in one training session. So please like and share this to people who need to hear this, especially if you have training partners who are always balls to the wall, hobbyists. Okay, like chill, brother. This is in the finals of the Mundials. See, share why, because it could make you guys stay in the sport much, much longer, because you're not gonna get hurt. So again, you can like, you can subscribe and share this, and as usual, stay safe, have fun, and who knows, you, the hobbyist, can be like me, a black belt hobbyist. Okay, or sorry, you can be like me, a hobbyist who eventually got his back. See, I even mess up. See, I should start making scripts for these things. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned some stuff, and we'll see you soon.